Wow, Adin Ross is actually going crazy right now. He would even consider Hasan to be banned off of Kick through his own demands. Good God, to think Adin Ross would have had the Thanos gauntlet for Kick. Who would have ever have realized that? With that being said, Adin decided to ban Mizkif and Hasan. Who really knows why? I guess we're going to find out, because these quick scopes are definitely deadly. Almost as deadly as rocks being thrown at Jake Lucky. You know, if you don't understand that reference, Adin Ross said he wanted stones to be thrown at him. I don't know, maybe he has some personal beef with Jake Lucky with the way that Jake Lucky covers the news. I guess maybe Adin Ross is tired of seeing that. Who really knows? But let's just say Adin Ross took it to his Twitter account and he was actually going off of being here, saying that he wants Hasan and Jake Lucky to be done for. He wants them dead. And of course, this is something controversial from Adin Ross, and this is nothing new here. I mean, you know, it's been quite a mixed bag for Adin Ross on this channel. Am I right? Am I right? All my original viewers know this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But anyway, when it comes to these crazy comments, you can notice a cycle here when it comes to how Adin takes his online career. You know, he goes dark. He has some fun times on his stream, you know, says some controversial shit, goes dark again, and then starts trending for the controversial shit that he says. And of course, this is ultimately a joke that he's saying, and then he can just keep rinsing and repeating that because people are just going to take it out of context and turn it into whatever they want. But hey, there's always some truth in jokes. Maybe he actually just doesn't like Hasan and Jake Lucky. I don't know. But if they were his arch nemesises, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Maybe you can even argue that when Adin made these tweets, he was sipping on that lean. That's everything. That's a lot of shit I've been seeing online that everyone keeps trying to say that Adin does lean and all this crazy shit. I don't know, man. I don't follow the guy. I'm not a fan. I don't watch his streams. So don't try and fucking kill me over that, alright? Yeah. I'm the YouTuber. I'm supposed to know these things. Alright, get off my back. But with that being said, Adin ended up linking with Bruce Drop Him Off, aka the guy that I know for spending $20K online to set a bounty on someone in Call of Duty for saying some racist shit. The internet, ladies and gentlemen, am I right? If they actually drink lean though, those motherfuckers are tweaking and say goodbye to their fucking kidneys. I would never do that shit. Keep that purple flirp looking ass shit away from me. I don't care about fucking lean. That looks like the most dangerous thing you could possibly do. Yeah, fuck that shit. But yeah, Adin Ross takes this opportunity to even dig Hasan's grave deeper and say that he is banned. All these other guys online that he's talking about as well, he also tries to clarify that they're banned too. Like I said, this is more than likely a joke than anything else or some online trolling, and again, it is working and it's helping get him clout in the long run. And of course, in rightful fashion, Hasan would end up responding to all of the bullshit that Adin is saying. When it comes to Hasan ending himself, when it comes to Hasan being banned, he finally opened up his mind and let it be known that his extravagant opinion on Adin Ross is... He says Adin Ross is a gremlin. Yeah, that's it. Pretty creative, I know. It was one of the best jokes I've ever heard in my fucking life. You know, he put Adin on the back burner with that one. Calling him a fucking gremlin. He's like Spike from Multiverses. That used to be my main, by the way, until that game ended up actually being fucking trash. But that's besides the point. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd say Hasan had the greatest reaction, the best response to give Adin Ross in the scenario. He was reaping souls out here. Like death from Darksider's poo, alright? He would say that Adin's career revolves around getting bullied by a bunch of 12-year-olds online. God damn, that's a really terrible way to go. You know, I'd hate for my career to end up that way, but then again, I look at my comment section and see what the fuck I'm dealing with, and yeah, honestly, I can relate, unfortunately. Yeah, let's hope that changes at 1 million subscribers. Fuck it. 2,000. We need it. Help me get there. But Hasan literally just tries to hit home the point that Adin just, you know, puts himself on a lower level. You know, he just throws himself out there. He tries to insinuate that Adin doesn't really value himself because, you know, he's going to do funny shit and it doesn't really matter to him. And, you know, it's going to give him the clout. It's going to give him the reactions like I said before. You know, Adin does his jokes. He ends up being some controversial shit and it gets the attention and it ends up getting him the money that he wants. And in Hasan's eyes, you know, I guess that's an underhanded move. So, you know, I can get it. I can definitely understand it because rather than trying to be honest to yourself or maybe show your true self behind the camera. It's just not ending up the way you would think it would for Adin. But then again, hey, he enjoys making jokes of himself and doing all that stupid shit. You know, I'm not going to hate on a class clown because I was in those shoes before, so I'm not going to really hold him too much to it. And it's entertaining. If people want to watch that, people are just going to fucking watch that. Trust me, you can just try your hardest to be yourself. People on the internet don't like the real. They like the fake smiles. They like all the fucking crazy giddy shit. They like that energetic shit. They like it when you yell like this. Sorry. Hard pill to swallow, I know. But long story short, Hasan really does shit on Adin for doing a lot of gay jokes, you know, sniffing fucking Andrew Tate's chair, you know, all that trolling, you know, saying gay stuff to rappers. You know, that's not my sense of humor. I don't really care for it. It is what it is. He even tries to dig into Adin's fan base, calling them sexually frustrated. I don't know how the fuck he gets that idea. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I don't know why he would fucking come to that conclusion about his audience. Motherfuckers just like trolling. People are just going to troll. That's all I'm going to boil it down to, all right? And Adin even tries to call Hasan for not supporting Black History Month, but he would end up supporting Pride Month. I don't know. I mean, really rough topic here. You know, one skin color, one is sexual preference. You know, these are kind of like apples and oranges here. So I can understand the point Adin is trying to make, but I mean, I guess maybe Hasan didn't do the Black History Month thing because he's black. I don't know. I don't even know what his sexual preference is either, but whatever way you want to fucking flip the goddamn table, all I'm going to say is, hey, if this dude's not supporting, he wants to support one thing and not support the other, you know, if he wants to stand by certain guns, go ahead. If he were to do both, maybe you could argue that he's pandering, right? Because it's like, which one does he genuinely support? I don't fucking know. And I don't give a fuck. As a black guy, I don't even give a fuck about Black History Month. I don't need a month to make everybody remember my goddamn history. I'm black. That's good enough for me, man. You know, we got our fucking legends. George Washington Carver, goddamn Martin Luther King. You know, we already have, we do what we do, man. We do what we do. That's all it boils down to. But yeah, he tries to dig into him for not supporting blacks, but he does support gays. Maybe he could put Black Lives Matter in his bio. I don't know. A Twitter profile picture just doesn't hold that much weight if you ask me. So I don't really think you could dig into him for that one. Because if Hasan just blindly supported any movement, you know, I guess it would look a little fucking fake if you want to go that far. Like, he doesn't really have to support everything, and I do feel like just because someone doesn't change their profile picture, that doesn't mean that they don't support the Black History Month movement or anything like that. I'll really leave this point off with this. I'll tip my hat to Adin Ross here for, you know, peeping the inconsistency, right? Because it's like, you might as well support every group, and it's like, okay, you can support one group, but, you know, you don't want to support blacks. Does that mean you just don't give a fuck about black people? I don't know. You could come to that conclusion, but from a fucking profile picture, unlikely. In all honesty, I prefer Hasan stick to his own guns and be who he wants to be, even online, but I don't know. It's a wishy-washy place on the internet. People may not like it, but I hope most people are going to take that, accept it, and say fuck it and be them. But, you know, not everyone's built like that, so that's something to take in at the end of the day. And lo and behold, Miskiff also responded to what Adin said about him being banned on Kick. Honestly, unlike Hasan, he didn't give no personal, emotional-ass reaction. He just didn't fucking care. Two sides of a coin. Am I right, fellas? And I guess that just about wraps up everything until I saw this. Adin Ross really has a gun loaded with Hasan's name on it because he really was not having any of Hasan's shit. He says that Hasan is someone who pushes agendas on children, on little boys and girls, and he says that Hasan's a creep and he's going to burn for it. Oh, wow. It's really hard to try and think about what I want to say about this one. I'm not going to hold you. God, Adin is kind of going crazy right now, and it's actually getting a lot of support, surprisingly. When it comes to Hasan forcing agendas on little children for their own sexuality, I don't know anything about this. I don't know what kind of evidence Adin could have to provide against this point. You know, what kind of history Hasan has when it comes to pushing an ideology on someone else. I really don't know. But what I will say is, I do feel like when it comes to influencers, things like race and sex and religion, things like that, I feel like should personally just be kept to oneself unless someone really wants to know and they ask you. But outside of that, I don't really feel like any kind of belief should be enforced on anyone. I don't know. I don't personally think Hasan would have forced his belief onto anyone, but he probably might have influenced the way some people think. And if people lack that much of a sense of self that they choose to latch on to Hasan of all people, I feel like Hasan should ultimately state his opinions on anything he wants, but he has to keep in mind and tell people not to do exactly what he does. He needs to tell people to be themselves. You know, I don't know if he's telling people that they should be some kind of way. I do feel like he should tell people to accept others for what they do, rather than telling people that they should lead a certain lifestyle. Because we all lead different paths at the end of the day, and now if Hasan is trying to dictate what kind of path a child should follow, I will admit, I don't really fuck with that myself. But what I do know is that children are too young to decide what they want, and so the freedom of choosing a specific path should be something that is introduced later on in their life. Because if they really want to do that thing, they will go on and find it without any sort of influence. If someone truly felt some type of way, then they would need no outside influence to do that thing. And I think that's pretty viable. But with that being said, I think we're done here. If you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe. Also, definitely like the video.